Thousands of children are sexually abused by gangs and groups in England each year, according to a report from the Office of the Children's Commissioner. David Cameron told the House of Commons the report was extremely disturbing and should be studied carefully. Our social affairs correspondent Alison Holt reports.
Today's report paints a picture of a disturbing, often hidden world where vulnerable children are targeted by groups or gangs, usually of men. They face sexual exploitation, including rape. It warns this is happening in many different parts of the country, but it's highlighted by major cases such as the jailing of 9 men for abusing girls as young as 13 in Rochdale. This teenager, who's asked not to be identified, was among those targeted in Rochdale. At first, she was given alcohol and cigarettes.
I thought it was dead good because you're getting all this free stuff and everything. You think you're taking advantage of them. I don't know. You just don't expect that sort of thing to happen.
And she says there were signs of what was happening to her.
I was dirty. Like, my clothes were dirty and things. And I didn't really take care of myself at all, and I was drunk a lot of the time.
Today's report looks at the scale of child sexual exploitation in England. Information is patchy on the victims, but it identifies 2,409 children who were abused over 14 months. It also estimates 16,500 children are at risk in a year. That means those young people are showing at least 3 warning signs on this list. For instance, going missing, self-harming or getting drunk. The Deputy Children's Commissioner says this should ring alarm bells.
All professionals need to wake up to the fact that children within their areas are victims and are at risk of sexual violence and need to take the proper action to protect those children.
The inquiry found in street gangs the victims, usually girls, were treated as commodities. This former gang member is now mentored by the charity London Youth.
Out of the gang members, anyone could abuse them, anyone could touch them, anywhere they wanted, or disrespect them. Some of them would be beat up just by talking the wrong way.
Today's report says it's difficult to get an accurate picture of the perpetrators, whether in gangs or groups of older men. In 68% of the cases they looked at, the abusers weren't identified. They got some information on 1,500 perpetrators. Of those, 545 were white, 415 of Asian origin, and 244 from Black or Afro-Caribbean backgrounds. The government says the report is disturbing and it won't let political correctness stop issues being tackled. The inquiry's next task is to look at what needs to be done. Alison Holt, BBC News.
17 minutes past 9 and the latest headlines.